Okay, let's get and run some trains. So we've got to go to the layout. There she is. Stoke's on it. It's quite a mess. I got to do some tidying up. What I want to do is set the camera up here somewhere. So bear with me. And whilst I just do this, hopefully I won't cover the camera. I'm putting the camera on Cornell Street. There we go. You can pretty much, I just want to put something else. Don't drop the phone, don't drop the phone. There we go. There's Stoke Summit. So what I'm going to do is have a bit of clean up. You can see these wagons across here. My steel wagons, they are all being worked on this Christmas holiday. So that should be fun. Yeah, I saw a little boy from Tony White's new video. Love the layout. I do have to watch it again because I just really enjoy watching the videos of his layout. I haven't been in here for a while, so it's a bit of a mess. It's also why I'm hiding the Christmas presents. Right. There we go. Move my chair. Christmas presents everywhere. There we go. So what we're going to do is get some A4s running because I love A4s. Miles Beaver was on the layout for pictures a couple of days ago. I only got to upload them today. Class 47 in intercity livery. This one's been running on Cornell Street. This is actually my brother's Firefly. I'll put them on Cornell Street for now. There we go. So I want to do a video of Cornell Street like this as well. Sorry if I don't see all the comments because I'm messing about and the phone's over there. If I had the iPad it'd be easier, but I need something to put the iPad on. So I want to move these. Let's grab Thompson coach. See the steel wagons, I'm working on a steel train that would have ran through Stoke Summit and little Byfam and everything. So I'm using these Hornby 20 tons. I have what, 2, 4, I have 8 of these. I could do another 8 more to be honest, but I'm going to mix in some of these 16 tons and 16 tons with the sloped sides as well, just to mix it all in. But yeah, they also need to be weathered up as well. I had a good clear up in there the other day, and somehow it's a mess again. So I did start doing this video a couple of seconds ago and I had to stop it just because the camera was pointed upwards and I didn't realise when I started it and I couldn't change it. So yeah, I should be able to move that back across now, get to the electric. I got my, I forget what these are called now. Where's me, I got a cleaning brush. I clean all my locos before I give them a run. This is one I want to get running. I haven't run this one for a while. See, I put something somewhere and I lose it. See it somewhere. Right in front of me in my eyes, right in front of my eyes. So I forget what this engine's called now. It's one of my favourite engines I bought over the years. He's probably 3 years old now. I don't run it that much, but just needs a bit of clean. So we're going to put him on a, I got a just a small suburban train that's currently behind a B16, which we shall get running. Let me just move Mars Beaver so we can get that line running as well. There we go. So we got the fish train set up on the south line, and the north line's got the small passenger train on. I'm not playing golf, by the way, so I turn the plugs on because they're right at the back of the layout. DCC controller for Cornell Street. I've got to get that put on somewhere so I can just press the buttons. We also have a crossty here with a nice long freight. We'll see them running soon. Let's get the B16 out. Oh, the tracks are still set up for the crossty. I still need a link point motors up. DC. Stoke Summit's completely DC. The reason for that is I got, I don't know, 78 engines for Stoke Summit, and there's no point chipping them all because it's a very simple layout. The fiddle yard, it's all just done with insole frog points, and it worked really well, so there's no point really going DCC. Right, let's take the B16 off, move him over here. My biggest problem is storage for all the engines. This is it E1 tank? I'm sure some of you know. There we go, he's on the track, make sure. The problem with these tank engines, the bogies, they seem to like to derail. There we go, he runs very nicely. Make sure the freight's up here. Points. I also want to get my Thompson running tonight, my Backman Thompson. B1. Just make sure he's running okay. I do have to clean the tracks under the filler yard over there because he's just stopped. We should keep running. Yeah, he's running okay. Give him a few laps. That engine's not ran in a very long time. I'm just going to move across the back. So let's get the fish train running. Make sure everything's okay. I got to check the wires under the track above the filler yard because all the electric lights and LEDs from Cornell Street run right above the main line of Stoke Summit, and the A4s at times are going quite fast, and I don't want to catch the wire and rip it out. They are secure. They got to be secured properly. So there's the fish train going to K1. Weathered 62059. I'll give you a closer look at some of the running stock in a bit. I'm looking at moving the camera actually. But if I put it anywhere else, I'm going to be in the way all the time, so this is the best view for Stoke Summit. What I need, I don't know if I can. Whoops. That's why I did not want it. I need some heavy to hold it in place. And I haven't really got anything. Hey, what? I don't really get anything for Christmas to do my layout. That's purely because I haven't really done much with the layouts over the last couple of months. The functions thing on there, we see a bit more. I'm not happy with that. bear with me. Sorry. I need a proper tripod really, don't I? No. Go back to normal. So yeah, over Christmas I'm not really getting, I've not asked for anything train wise. I did buy a wagon today. I picked this one up, Oxford wagon. I've done a review of it. That is on the channel now. If you want to take a look at that. Very nice wagons. 4 more to come for one of the freight trains. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this one. Will be weathered up. And that'll be put into a freight. Train's running very smoothly. Yeah, thanks. The reviews, I do like doing the reviews. I want to do more on locals. So the K1's running really well. It's one of my favourite engines. Probably get another one of them next year. I need more because a lot of them ran on Stoke summer. So I haven't actually got any passenger trains set up to run, so that will change. I will get them running. We've got a nice coal train that I can get running in there. In fact, I'm looking at the coal train. Right, let's get the coal train running. Because I do like the coal trains. See if you get for some reason it's a lot harder to change that point unless he's jammed or something. I mean, I have the coal train run quite a bit, so you shouldn't really get that. I can't remember what's on the coal train. They go in the fiddle yard and I just forget what I put on. So we'll find out. It's a what I'm going to do is stop the coal train at the signal box because I'll clean that track under the nail and then just got to move a couple of the engines. I'm going to stop the tank as well. So the coal train is being pulled by a 42XX. Note to self, they did not run on Stoke summer. That's one of my favourite locomotives. And probably my favourite ever on Hornby. Stunning locomotives. I'll have a close look at it in a minute before we get one in again. So I'm just got to stop the passenger. At the what's it even called? I forget the name. I think it's an E1 tank. Not too sure. I still got to add the disc to the front and see what he's running. Right, so let's move some of these engines so I can clean this track a bit quick. As I move them, I will clean them and show you. We have a convertible, I forget what these are called as well, and turbo, but a lovely engine. I'm looking at getting a Ginty in the same livery next year as well. I picked that one up probably 2 years ago now actually. He don't get much running. We'll put him on the small passenger train. I can't think what I called that rake. My head's gone blank, honestly. Next we have I think this is a D11 or D12. I'm not too sure. Give it a bit of a clean. This is Eddie Octree. I picked this one up from Hatton's a few years ago now. It was DCC fitted. At the time I didn't have any DCC stock, so I took the chip out. Chip I sold, and there we go. So the chip, I think I sold the chip on Facebook actually, but I didn't need the chip. I should have kept it because of my Cornell Street, but never mind. That's number 62677. Now, a lot of people like this one, and I don't run it that much. I got it this year. It's blue, my favourite colour for a locomotive. Just give it a quick clean. It is a Union Pacific. Is it Pacific? Canadian Pacific, yeah. So I picked this one up off eBay. Paid quite a bit for it, but I'd always wanted one. I wanted to make sure that I bought one that was not damaged, brand new, never opened. And I felt lucky. There was a person on that selling his personal collection, and he was selling this one brand new, unopened, only on display. The box had been on display, so it was still all packaged up. I paid about £110 for it. No, 105 actually, not £5 off. I said, would you take any lower? He knocked a £5 off. I suppose it's better than nothing. So I picked that one up, and I was very pleased with it. Of course, again, it would not have run on Stoke Summit, but I'm a loader modeler's license, so I can run what I want on my layout at the end of the day. But I mean, the idea is for Stoke Summit, when I get it all sorted and scenery, I will be doing videos Stoke Summit back in the 50s and 60s, and it will be what it would have been on Stoke Summit. So these engines are just off camera really when I want to run something different. I will film videos now and then. That loco's 100% mint. I don't run it much. You might have him running later on. So next we have I only got to move a couple of engines. I picked this one up really cheap, spares and repairs, and I only finished fixing it a couple of months ago, thanks to a good friend on Facebook, Michael from America. I'm sure you know him. I can't remember his last name sadly, but he sent me the valve gear. This engine was bought spares and repairs, and I paid like £40 for it, and the valve gear was all damaged. And thanks for the sub, that's great. And yeah, the valve gear was damaged, so I needed to find a replacement, and it took me a long time. And then Michael from America, he said, hey, I got one going spare, sent it over free of charge. I think I paid him back for the postage or something, but got this one running. So that's very good, I was really pleased with that. And I would like to get a few more of them. I've always had a dream of doing a southern region layout somewhere in London in the future maybe, and of course the tender to go with it. For cleaning engines I just use makeup brushes. I buy these brushes, I bought a load of them from Boots ages ago, and they served me really well. I clean my trains with them, I clean my RC lorries with them. They're just really handy. And lastly, we have a Haljan. Is it Haljan? I think it's a Haljan. Hatton's exclusive. Now I'll get this one as well. I'm sure we'll see this one running soon because I haven't run this one in a while. I think it's a class 19 or a class 25. I'm not too sure. But I forget easy, so I'm just really pleased with this one. This one was on offer on Hatton's. I think I've had this over a year now, and I do have to fix the part there. It's a bit loose, but other than that, really nice engine. Bought brand new, of course. I think it was just loose in the packaging. Which one do you like? The Class 231, I think. And I'm not too sure, to be honest. Right, what I've got to do, you won't see me for a second, I'm just going to clean this bit of track and then we can get the cold train running again. Find me track rubber. This track hasn't been cleaned since it was put down, to be honest. Right, we're going to try that and see what happens. We'll leave the trains out because of course I don't want to put more back and then we've got to clean it again. We'll stop the cold train the next time around and we'll take a closer look at it. The Class 42 XS, that is my second 42 XS. I do have another here somewhere, down here. This is the newest one actually. I picked this one up off eBay a while ago. Brand new from a shop. I can't remember what the shop's called, but they have really good prices. I still got to fit the detail pack, of course, but I think in the end it was like £69 special offer. Couldn't go wrong with that. And I had already had one put by for me Antics, and I just had to turn them down because it was such a good price, and I was paying 115 with Antics. So I made it up to it. I bought an RC lorry from them for £300. So they're still happy. Right, the cold train's going past the point now. Let's just make sure we don't stop. They stopped. I will be honest, these 42 XXs, they seem to struggle. I've had a lot of problems with points. And I got a 72 XS as well here, and same, he struggles with points very. If I run him now, he'll struggle, but after a few laps of the layout, he's fine. So I don't know what that's all about. I'm just got to clean the track again once the train goes by. This cold train is not complete. I used real coal on the actual train. All the wagons got real coal in. So let's take a closer look. So of course I'm not going to be able to see what you're seeing, but we'll see what we can see. So there's the 42 XS. Actually, can I spin the camera around? Yeah, there we go. So there we go, there's the 42 XS, 4266, that one is. The valve gear looks a little bit pushed up there. That's because it is. That's something I got fit. This was a second-hand engine. I picked this one up second-hand for, I don't know, £50. And it was meant to be brand new, but I don't think it was. And here's the coal wagons, like I said, real coal on these. There's, I think there's 28, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Yeah, there's about 28 on there. Yes, there's my A4 collection. We'll go through them a bit quick. Mars Beaver 60026, 60031 Golden Plover, 60010 Dominion of Canada. That one is, I think, 60021 Wild Swan, 60017 Silver Fox, and Silver Fox in the silver as well. A very, very hard engine to get. This one is. This is a Hornby loco they done in, I can't remember what the train pack's called, Silver Jubilee pack I think it was, but Hornby re-released these not that long ago. In fact, here's Silver King. Now notice the boiler, this one has the silver stripes, which is accurate to the real one. Where the Silver Kingsman have the silver stripes, if I'm correct. So yeah, this was a limited edition set I had for Christmas out of a catalogue. I don't know what the catalogue was now, but Loco Drive, none of your railroad tender drive locos, I don't mess with them. This is a very, very collectible loco. Got the box still and everything. One of my most cherished engines. 60027 Merlin. This was picked up this year and really pleased with that. I also picked up the Northumbrian coaches. 60020, that is Guillemot. That is 6003, and that is Andrew K. McCosh. That is the Northumbrian. He has the name board on the front. And then we have 60019 Bittern. That is the double tender Hornby limited edition. I do have the second tender in the cabinet, but because the Stoke Summit, I never run it with double tender. And the A3s are 60103 Flying Scotsman. That one is 60039 Sandwich. 60049 Courtine Moore. 60103 Flying Scotsman Weathered. And this should be 60077 White Knight, which is my favourite A3. I was really pleased to get that. I haven't got any more A3s, have I? I got two more, but I think they are LNER. And I forgot, this is one of my favourite locomotives. Mallard BR Green Early Emblem 60022. Another rare Hornby loco that's not easy to pick up. They do appear now and then. This is not a railroad range. This is another train set limited edition they done for Argos. And this is a Loco Drive pristine condition Hornby loco. And I was very pleased when I opened this up on Christmas Day 2008, 2009 I think it was. And surprised me because it was a set I wanted, but I didn't think I would ever get because I knew it was hard to get hold of. So yeah, that's a very nice collectible engine for me. Just have a quick look at Cornell Street. The 08 has been chipped now. He is running unchipped. I will be running this layout over Christmas, so stay tuned for a video on that. I did do a video the other day. And just to point out a few other engines, we have a J15, a J70, N15, the D16, what you saw running earlier. Golden Eagle, sorry, forgot about Golden Eagle, A4 and BR Blue. We also have some other Wilson in Wartime Black. And then two, that is County of Gloucester, GWR BR Black, sorry. 600163 Tornado. I forgot about this A3, 60052, and that one is called, I forget the name, Prince Palatine. Somewhere here we have a very special loco. 60103 Flying Scotsman in BR Blue, out of a very hard to get train set by Hornby, the Master Cutler. Sadly, I didn't have the train set. I bought the loco second hand off Gumtree. It does have the dart missing off the smoke box, which is a shame, but one of my favourite locos. And when I first posted pictures of it, people kept saying to me, why have you took smoke deflectors off Tornado? And then I kept getting questions. I don't think Flying Scotsman was ever in BR Blue. It was. Flying Scotsman was in BR Blue. And I wish Hornby had reproduced that model because it's one of my favourite engines. Locos here. Oh, this is one that is going to be running on Cornell Street. Still waiting for a chip, and I thought there's no point putting the shell back on. I may as well get it all sorted first. Diesels, we have 31, and I forget if that's a 25 or 19. This one here, the B1. I picked this one up off a boy on someone selling on Facebook, and yeah, very nice logo. boxed and everything, so yeah, I was really pleased with that one. We have the Cross D, these engines we saw just now. Q1, King Edward II in BR Blue, a very hard engine to get again from Hornby. Torrington, standard 4MT. This one is Princess Arthur of Connaught. I don't run my princesses that much. I do have 4 of them. Princess Arthur Connaught, Margaret Rose, Elizabeth, and a blue one. I don't know what the blue one's called. My AF, my cherished engine, which is at the Severn Valley Railway. 42XX, the G2A, the Raven, and the 76, the 3000 class, which I run quite a bit. That's the first time that's been off the layout this year. Duke of Gloucester. Oh, which one's that? That's the Red Dragon 5007. King Edward I with bow on front, not the gloss version, the standard version. Evening Star, Hornby Collector's Edition, a rebuilt Patriot, Jubilee, sorry, and a collet under there, and then we have this standard engine here as well. I forget what they actually are called. So what we're going to do is get the core train running, put the camera back up here. Oh, I've got to change camera mode, haven't I? You'll be looking at a bus on the side. There we go. So let's get some trains running. Right. I'm going to take the 42XX off, and I'm going to replace that with a different engine. What shall I replace it with? Shall we replace it with a Raven? Because these would have ran on Stoke Summit. There we go. Bit of wheel sit then. Move that. That's a bit close to the track. That's why. I didn't think the tender went on right. That's it. I'm just going to move the small passenger out of the way. So you can have a good view of the coal train now once I put these engines back. I think that track's going to be cleaned quite a lot underneath that, because I hear the train stopping quite a bit. I mean, to be honest, if you run them all the time, in my opinion, you don't get a problem. But well, I haven't run a layout in a couple of months, and on and off on the times, and I probably only run the trains for a good hour, and that's it. And the build-up stays there. Doesn't move on the track on the rails. Right, I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab a drink. As you can probably see, I don't have much run of work on my stock, and I do want to get this wagon done eventually. I got a pile of wagons here just under the camera, and they all got to be couplings changed on them and everything. So I've just got to move stuff off this chair so I can actually sit down because my legs are starting to hurt. So for those of you who don't know, I have a pretty extensive collection of Model Railways. I use several different couplings actually. What I will do, where's my, I got a wagon, I can show you what I do to the couplings. Because a lot of the wagons are already put in the rakes. So your standard Hornby, well mainly Backman, most Hornby wagons have them there as well, but the NEM coupling sockets. So to get the best close coupling on the rolling stock, which I'll show you some in a second, same for the coal train that's going by, all these wagons have been close coupled. As soon as the train stops, there is the slightest gaps between the buffers, but the train still goes around the corners really well, and I don't get any problems with buffer lock-in or anything like that. And I did do a video on it a while ago, but so if I show you this one, so this is the wagon I picked up today, the Oxford wagon. So you can see that that's your standard NEM coupling. That's where you get in most Backman wagons and Hornby wagons now. And then here is a customised coupling. Now notice the difference between the actual length that the coupling sticks out. So this one sticks out quite far, where this one is buffer line. Now because of the yucks they use, when you couple this wagon to one that's had the same modification on the hook in that, which all I do is just trim them back until the coupling is buffer lined, and then you get that with two wagons the same and they couple buffer to buffer, but there's still enough room to go around bends. I mean, my corners are really gentle. The tightest corner I have is a 3rd radius, and that's in the fiddle yard, and again I don't get any problems with any buffer lock-in, but the only problem with my system is you can't remove those couplings. They are glued in and they stay there. The glue will, if you pull it in a cold room, the glue does go a little bit fragile and it will crack slightly, and you can remove the couplings, but I don't need to, so that's not a problem. Oh, just get comfy. So yeah, I mean it works really well. Yeah, let me show you. I got a perfect example here. Whoa, focus, there we go. So this is one of my freight trains. Now look at the gap between the buffers. I don't know if you see that well, but you can see they are buffer to buffer. Now on the actual Stoke Summit, this is the tightest corner. On the actual layout, this is the tightest corner. And if I just move the train around, they are still buffer to buffer. There's a little bit play in that, not much, but it goes around the corner fine. And the same goes for all of these wagons here. Look how close they are. You don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on KDs and everything. I've got a few KDs on wagons here. But to be honest, they came with the wagons. I bought them second hand. I've never bought KDs in my life, and look how close they are, and this train will run fine. They will go around 3rd radius because this is the 3rd radius curve here, and they've gone around that no problem. So it does work. It's a really good system. It's cheap. I mean, it cost me the wagon and you know, the glue by the go in it. Now if we have a look at, I don't know if we've got a spare wagon to show you. Let's use this brake van for instance. So if you've got wagons like this, which is only Hornby or some Dapol wagons still have it, a coupling slides in there. Now that'd be the really big bar couplings, like this one was stuck to this coupling here. These are what come with most Hornby wagons. Now if we stop the coal train, I will show you. So the Frost wagon, one of my favourite coal wagons I own. One thing to note when you are doing this to the wagons, glue. Don't get glue on the hooks because it won't work properly. So if I just sit down, by the way the coal is, you know, it's not going to go anywhere. So you can see what I've done here. Now this will work with most couplings what you buy. Focus, go on, focus, focus. But you can buy the same coupling as these big ones, but they are the smaller ring, like what you saw on this coupling here. They're smaller, but they have the same clipping part. Now, even if you just buy them and leave the clips on them and clip them into the wagons, you're going to reduce your gap on the actual distance between the wagons. As long as you do it with both wagons you're joining together. Now, what I do is remove that clip and push them right in, and again, put them to buffer line. The coupling's got a buffer line. And that is what I've done with this entire train. Oh, not the heelets, the dreaded heelets. I have thought about doing the heelets on the next layout. But, I mean, just what you want to do is just set up some tight radius bends. And what I did do is just use a bit of blue tack before I stuck the couplings in and made sure they go around it. And they did. So that's what you got to do, to be honest. Let me put the camera back then. A bit more trains running. So Stoke Summit is in its first year. Stoke Summit is 1 year old. Yeah, I mean, to me, the realism of the layout and the couplings has always been a problem. And I for my coach rolling stock, I use these couplings by Hornby. Don't know if you can, actually, I can remove these include in. So you can buy these from Hornby. They look a bit odd, I know, but they work really well, and especially with the Hornby Gresley coaches, they really reduce the gap. Now I'm using these with Hornby's Mark 1 coaches that I got, but these also work really well with Backman Mark 1 coaches. What I got is a rake here, and I got one Backman Mark 1 in it, and the gap is just superb. They are like super close. You can barely see the gap between the cars, or I can't really show you because the stock's all under the filler yard. We will get a passenger train running. Let me just get the coal train running again. I want to get another Raver. I love those locos. They are really nice. To note as well, when I get the scenery done, it's going to look superb. And that's what I'm doing at the moment, is getting a lot of it done. I bought a tub of ballast the other day, and I will be over Christmas getting the layout completely ballasted. But yeah, the coupling system's great. I mean, I'll do the same for many wagons as possible. This is another system. Yeah, no problem. See you again. Yeah, it's definitely cheaper than KD's. I mean, here, what I've done is just removed the actual NEM pocket, cut the coupling down and just glued it in. Yes, you can't take the couplings out again. You will be able to take them off if you snap them off. And the glue will break at a certain, friction. So it's not too bad, but to me, that's brilliant. The coupling, you can see there, I don't know if you can see the hook is farther back than the buffers. And I only done that because I used this all spots with my Hornby collet coaches, and it looks great. I've had a lot of comments on that at the club. They really like how the all spots looks with the collet coaches. So yeah, that's good. And also another thing I'm doing at the moment, I got a load of these old Backman wagons, and they haven't got the NEM sockets, they just got screwed in couplings. So I'm trying to work a system out, doing the same with these, moving the coupling back. But of course the hook is still got to work. Now I'll be honest, a lot of the wagons you see here, the hooks barely move. They're quite stiff, but I'm not taking the trains on and off, so it's okay. What I do is just put them in together, put something down the middle of the wagons and push the hooks down, and that works fine. I don't know if this wagon had it done. No, so see this one, this is a steel northeastern wagon. Fits loading again. But I haven't done anything with these couplings yet. I don't. Oh no, I have. Yes, I have. So what I've done with these is just trimmed the actual NEM socket down. So what you do, right? I don't know if you can see that. You trim the NEM socket down. Then the actual hook that goes in, you cut that back until you get the buffer line, until you get that coupling lined up with the buffers there. It works just superbly. I've not had problems, like I said, no buffer lock-in. It works really well. One of my big jobs at the moment is these. Now these are old Trian flatbeds. I already have one done up, but here you can see I've taken the couplings off and put this hook on here. Now I can't get the hook on that sadly, which is okay because these go with two backman flatbeds and there's going to be something big on here like a girder or something. So I'll see what I'll do with that. I thought about putting a Spitfire on it, the wings, just the wings, not the actual Spitfire. So that should be interesting. I got a load of these, probably about 10 now. I've been getting them over the years. I bought this lot. I bought this one and 3 others from secondhand in Antiques, and I was really pleased with it. So these will be weathered up and everything. The coal train is running really well. So what we're going to do is do something a little bit different. I want to take this one off here because I want to get my little tank engine running. By the way, stay tuned if you're interested in an O gauge. And yes, I've done an O gauge layout before. Some of you probably still remember it, but sold it this year. I got a great plan for a new O gauge model railway, and looking forward to talking about that more next year. There we go. I love our little logo. Again, realism. Trains don't run too fast. Now, Stoke Summit was a place where you saw A4s and A3s at their best. And I don't like to run my trains too fast, so they probably aren't running at realistic speeds. But that's because they mean a lot to me in my engine. I don't want them to crash and get damaged. I dropped a train this year, my N15. Thankfully, no damage was caused apart from the valve gear got a little bit bent. And he didn't fall that far, literally a foot. That nearly killed me. When I dropped that, I was like, oh my god. I hated myself for a couple of days. I mean, they mean so much to me. I've worked very hard to have this collection you see here. And it all started from just a standard Hornby train set. And I have the logo here somewhere actually. Somewhere I did, yes, somewhere. This is my very first locomotive. I found him the other day, he was packed away. He's very dusty, but my very first locomotive. And you probably don't run. No. I will service it and get it all sorted. But the cool thing is, this is my first locomotive. Last year I managed to buy the original set I had, brand new. Now, well, it wasn't brand new, it had been used, but I mean it's very good condition. And I'm still looking out for another. I'm going to try and get another one. And one day when I get my dream train room and massive layout, I'm going to have all my stuff set up on walls. I have 4 of my 5 original train sets now, and that's the original Tomy Clockwork train set they've done with Thomas. That one coach is very squeaky, I need that sort. So I have some Clockwork train sets, Hornby Clockwork train sets. They've done some Thomas ones in the late 90s, and I bought not that long ago actually. Well, I say that's probably 3 years ago at Hornby Model Railway Shop. And I'm going to have them on display. And I also have the Railway Children set, my Batman and everything like that. But yeah, very first locomotive. I've done away beside it for the last 15 years, but I found it. And I've moved houses twice in that time. I still have a load of these Shark vans as well. I got a load of them somewhere. I got 2 like that. I did sell the weathered version, but I got a rail freight one as well. Well, I've got to swap this small passenger train out. I've got to keep the same local, but I've just got to change the road and stuff. There's nothing better than a slow moving coal train. That's what I like to see. And I do get it quite a bit. My parents come in on my brother and go, "Why is that train moving so slow?" I'm like, "Well, that's what fast they used to go." I mean, yeah, sometimes they go faster than that, but it wasn't that common. And I do like the slow moving coal trains. Really, I should be going slower, but never mind. It's okay. So I want to get just a small train running with that. I do have some of these wagons. Kits I've built. Now I got another one of these to build. I actually picked this. I didn't build this one. I picked this one up from second hand, but the other was still not built. So this one was more or less built. All I've had to do is put these steps on the side and primer it. This is primered now. So this will be finished. I'm hoping to get some of these done because I'm trying to recreate some of the trains from Stoke Summit. Let's move that. I got another as well somewhere here. I'm not tired at all. I went to sleep earlier. Where's my this thing? So this one's primered as well, different colour primer. But yeah, I picked this one up. This one was already in this condition. So what I've done is stuck a bit of plasticard to here, and that's where the coupling will be fitted. This one will be a brownie colour. I think it's a GWR wagon, but I have got a picture on. It's a little farther down by Grantham, the other side of Stoke Tunnel and everything. But there's a picture of 2 of these in a mixed freight. So yeah. No, these are Parkside Dundas. Very good kits. I got one here actually, a pipe wagon somewhere. 1 second. So this one needs a bit of clean. This one I ran for a while, but yeah, this is a Parkside Dundas wagon. This is a pipe wagon, and all I done was built it up, got some copper pipe, sorry, had it cut down, put inside. I still want to put some straps on it or something, but for a kit that cost between £7 to £10, sometimes more. I think I paid about £7.50. Really good kits, and I'd quite happily build another. There's those couplings actually. See where they got the clip in? That's the couplings I use on the coal train. But yeah, for the price, I mean, you can't go wrong. A Backman pipe wagon like this will cost you nearly £20 without the load. This cost £8. So by the time you bought paint, let's say £10. And the paint will last you a couple of wagons. In fact, I haven't got it up yet, but the paint that done this wagon, I haven't used it since, and I got 2 more of these to build somewhere. When I bought this one, I went back and bought 2 more. So that paint would probably do 2 more, probably more wagons than that. And all I done was just painted a black chassis. The only thing with Parkside Dundas wagons, you don't get the numbers to put on the side. Unless you do, and I didn't get them, but that's not a problem. I mean, this wagon's got to be heavily weathered eventually. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. For the cost, you can't go wrong. All you got to do is make sure you get the chassis right so it runs smoothly before you do anything else with it, because you don't want a wonky wagon. One of my favourite things to do is build old gauge wagons from Parkside Dundas. They are excellent kits. £40 a wagon, I'm happy to pay that. I do have 2 wagons to pick up actually for my next old age layout. I did do a couple more. I might have plugged the phone in actually. Yeah, Backman's worse. Their prices have gone up too much, in my opinion. I was looking at brake vans today, and even though the shop I go to, Derails, they have great prices, but they still have to charge £20 for the Backman brake vans, because that's what they are from Backman. They can't do nothing about that. And I'm not paying £20 for a brake van. I'm not doing it. Thankfully, I pick them up from second-hand shows and everything. I did pick up a couple of these. These are the old Hornby ones. This one's quite dusty. I got 4 or 5 of these ready to be tuned up, should I say. And what I got one here. I don't know where the other is. So what I've got to do is, I say they're going to be tuned up. I've took the couplings off both ends, and these will be linked together. And the reason for that is the fuel train that I'm recreating for the Crossley, which you saw just now. From the picture, there's 2 of these at the back of the train, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I mean you can. I mean, the second-hand stuff that shows is good. I went to Thornbury 2 years ago. I haven't been for a while now, for 2 years, so it's about 3 years ago. And I picked up off this one store about 20 Backman wagons, and it comes to about, I don't know, 100, 150 quid, which that'd be well over 300 quid now. And they are great. They are old wagons, like from 2005 and that, but they look good. I got some. That was one of them. There. I think that was £7, something like that. And the only difference with the newer ones they do from Backman of this is the box is different. The box is a little bit bigger. That's the only difference. I picked up these from Worley 4 years ago now, roughly. 2014, so yeah, nearly 4 years. I picked these up. Now these are very nice wagons. I need a few more. I probably have about 7. I need about 10, probably 12, but I paid £7 each for these from Worley. I was so pleased, and the man done me a deal because I had 3 of these and 2 other locos actually, a warship. It's a very good price. I'm just going to grab the charger for the phone because I don't want it done on me. Sorry, I didn't see that last message you're coming to. Last comment coming too late. I'm just charging everything. Before I do that, I've got to remove an engine, because that engine is not DC. You have to do that. Just gotta plug the charger in. There we go. Okay, so let's get back to model railways. So yeah, I'm going to do that with the brake vans, recreate a train that would have ran. I do have a load of old Hornby tankers I've weathered up for the fuel train, the oil train. I don't know if it ran through Stoke yet, but the picture I'm going from is from Pennine Steam, somewhere between Marsden Station and the Stallings Tunnel, and it's a great picture. That's what I'm going to do in this run. Next year I'm having some pictures printed in A2, A3, hopefully A3. Well, A2 is a bit big, I might go A3, but on this side over here and that side we're going to have yeah, I love the fuel trains. We're going to have the pictures all the way around. It should be really good. I do want to get a fuel train done with the SO tankers. I have 6 of them. I should have got more at the time. I had a pack for Christmas and I managed to pick 3 up second hand from Antics. I buy a lot of second hand from Antics. I'm going to change the fuel train over in a minute. And a coal train, sorry. Technically it is fuel because coal. I also have, now these are hard to sort out. I have a load of these conflats. Now there's not many pictures I can find of these near the eastern region. I don't know why, but I'm going to get these wagons sorted. Probably put some on them, some load. I also have a few of these Gloucester wagons. It's back the front right end, but yeah. That's the camera. These were limited edition to Backman a few years ago. I picked 4 of them up. There's 3 of them in the coal train, I think. Right, let's get this tank engine sorted. Let's get him on a rake. I don't know what to put them on actually. I do want to get a passenger train running, but the passenger trains make a racket. You won't be able to hear me. I do have some DMUs for those of you who comment now and then on my other videos. I do have DMUs. I don't know what to put them on. I just want to put them on something random. I'll tell you what I do have, if I can find it. So down here, this is where a lot of rolling stock's kept. We have a lot of rolling stock down here. There he is. One of my favourite models a couple of years ago. Observation coach for the brush. I was happy to get one of these. I was not happy with the price, but I was willing to pay it because it's just a lovely coach. I've always wanted one. So I'll put that on the tank engine. I don't customise the couplings for the locos, and the reason for that is I don't like messing with the locos. I want to keep them as they are. When I weather all my rolling stock, I probably won't be weathering the engines, just because I don't want it. I like to keep them pristine. Unless I bought a loco cheap, then I'm not going to do that. So what we're going to do is stop the core train. I will replace the engine. I don't know what I'll put on it now. something different. I haven't got any 9Fs neither, apart from the Crossley, and I did have a 9F, but I had a lot of trouble with it, and that's the reason I don't have one anymore. I've got to put my 8F on the coal train. So if you never saw my videos on my channel before, please do subscribe. And I don't really harp on for subscriptions, because at the end of the day you either want to subscribe to my channel or you don't, it's your choice. And I know a lot of people go nuts, especially the gaming channels, like before you see a video, you're really interested in it, you want to watch it, you click on it, and the first 2 minutes of video they're going, please subscribe, please like my channel, blah blah blah, and it gets annoying, really annoying. So I never really say it, I just say thanks to my subscribers really, because you know, at the end of the day, you subscribe if you want to subscribe or not. You might not like my content, so you might not want to subscribe. And that's the same with me with other people's channels. If I don't like your channel, I think don't like your videos and that, I won't subscribe. Now, any train videos, train channels, I will subscribe because I love railways. There's no railway channels I've never not subscribed to. You got a blue version of the observation coach. I didn't read your comments. The comments don't stay up that very long, that's the problem. Did they do a blue version? I can't remember that then. Oh, I love my 8F. Again, that's an engine I picked up from Worley. So that'll keep it at a good speed. The window as well, you might notice there's a lot of stock in the window. That's mainly rolling stock I don't run too much. There's a few collectible wagons in there, like, well, for instance, very dusty. The Winchcombe wagon from the Gloucester and Warwick Railway. Yeah, I mean, I subscribe for content I want to watch. I don't subscribe to none of the gaming channels because they just moan and moan for the first 2 minutes about subscribe to my channel, and it gets annoying. I just want to watch your video and see what you're showing. So, and I got my own gaming channel, Jake True World Gamers, and I don't go on without subscribing. I mean, I do say through the video, if you like the content, please subscribe. That's it. That's all I say. And I got a Lego channel as well. If you're interested in Lego, I'm currently rebuilding my Lego shed to fill with Lego. So much Lego. I got boxes out there full, and I haven't built any of it yet because the Lego shed not ready. The Lego channel's Brick Dominator 31. I haven't done many videos in a while because of the Lego shed. There you go, that's sorted. Something you might be interested in if you've never seen is this. This is my coal stage I built for O gauge. This is completely scratch built. Pieces of timber that our club had, real coal, and yeah, probably the best thing I've ever built out of scratch. I'm not too building out of scratch, but it worked out really well. It will feature on my next O gauge layout for sure, but I was really pleased with building this. I am thinking about putting it into a diorama for now with one of my engines because I haven't got any O gauge going on at the moment. Water. So let's move that to a side. I tell you what, I'm currently selling my brother's Gordon. My brother collects model trains, but he's been buying engines that he wanted back in, you know, the early 90s when he was growing up and he could never have. But he picked this one up the other day, and then he realised, oh, I already got that. So he's selling this one. I think he's asking 70. The reason for that is it's DCC fitted. I had it running on Cornell Street the other day and it is so smooth. But yeah, we're selling that one. It's on my shop on Facebook. Shop Get Your Trains Out, or shop at Get Your Trains Out. I do have my own model railway shop on Facebook. It's purely for people who bought off me and know I can get certain stuff for them. I mean, I don't sell too much at the moment. I haven't sold that much for a while actually. Philip, if he watches the video, I know you buy a lot off me. You're a great customer and I always do him a great deal. I also picked up a load of these benches and for Cornell Street these got to be painted up. Sorry if my throat's starting to sound funny after talking a while, even though I've got a drink, my throat's getting sore. Bags of ballast as well. I got too much stuff in this run. I got bags here for Cornell Street. I mean, I was going to use the ballast I bought the other day. It's really good. Oh, my throat's gone quite funny. Some of my buildings I built. So these are the Metcalf kits. They're really good for the money, but to be honest, I mean, to me it's all about quality. Now, they are really good for the money, don't get me wrong, they look great, but I like texture to buildings, and that's something I'm doing with Cornell Street. Everything's got to be textured really well. The ballast I use is not N-gauge, it is just medium light grey, 57 to 7, there you go, you see it yourself. I mean, it's back to front, 57.7 inch free, 945 cm centimeters. But the number is B1381. Now it's really fine ballast, but it's accurate. When you take pictures with it, it looks correct to the logos, to the right size. So yeah, I don't use these buildings too much because I might use them in the distance, but I like the texture, to see the texture on the buildings, and that's why I don't use these too much. I mean, Cornell Street hasn't got many buildings going on. There will be a few. Stoke Summit, there's signal box. That's the only thing. Oh, and the shed. But here we go. Now this will be painted up. This is not correct, but it's very close to the one that would have been on Stoke Summit. But yeah. Right. This guy, he's been with me for a while. He's been on every layout I've built, and he's not actually going to feature on Stoke Summit, sadly. This is a shame. I picked up a few of these a couple of years ago as well. No need for them, but these are ratio kits, and I think I paid like £10 each. I picked out this one in LMS, a few of the others are just in maroon. But very nice coaches, good kits. I've never actually built one myself, these were all pre-built. But no, they look good. So, we're coming to the end of the video. I mean, I can't really show you much more. The trains are running great. I will stop the coal train now because I do want to get a B1 running, and I've got to find the B1 now. My layout is very smooth, track joints and everything. It works really well. When I was building it. it still works really well, I should say. There we go. Right, let's get the B1 out. Sorry, the K1. Got to find the B1. I will be putting an edge across here, just so I don't knock anything off. That's how I damaged the M15. So the K1's a very nice logo. I gotta get more of them. The wagon behind the K1 is this stove van. I should have bought more of these. I only got one. Really love them. They are really nice. Do have a few problems now and then with the wheels derailing, but to be honest, it's been on the fish train for a while and it's not derailed since. So maybe those days are past. Let's remove the K1. Find a place to put in. So my B1. Now I got two, of course. I got a green one as well. This one was bought second hand from a good friend of mine. Just give it a light clean. So running number is 61190. It is BR late. It's an old Bachmann engine, probably late 90s, but I mean it runs really well. I did have a few old Bachmann engines that I picked up off Gumtree. I sold them all because they were good runners, but they didn't sound right. They made too much noise. One of them was a Lord Nelson, I think, and he derailed so many times. It was unbelievable. And there wasn't nothing wrong with the train. They weren't damaged. It's just I don't know why I didn't like them. They just didn't work that well. Now this one had an injury, nothing to do with me. His rodding started playing up. Yeah, no problem mate, thanks for watching. They'll be playing more of these videos, so don't worry about that. Hopefully I'm not seeing me done next time. So yeah, the B1, he had a bit of damage, and I mean, it's not too bad. Some come off the rodding on the side of the engine, and it caused a spectacular crash when it actually came off. He ended up on my old layout. What's my old layout called? Evergreen Man. The rodding hit the floor, chucked the engine on its side, and it went all at the back, and all the coaches followed it. Spectacular to watch. I actually caught a glimpse of it happening, and then as I looked back, the engine was going up and made a mess, but the engine was fine, there was no damage. I repaired the rodding, so it was all good. If you go to any pound shops, you'll find these. Now these are PVA glue, and I use these for scenery, not so much anything else, just for scenery. The nozzle on the end gives you a nice line, and you can add bushes and that. They're in pound shops at the moment. You pay £1, you get 3 of them in a tub, a little plastic case. They are really good to use. So Poundland, I think the shop's called. But it's a lot cheaper than buying, you know, I don't never buy the Gauge Master stuff or anything like that. Woodland Scenics, I buy this because it's the same stuff, it's a lot cheaper. I think Woodland Scenics are charging God knows how much. and PVA glue. Buy one of these. These will cost you about £10 to £15. This one's last me, I don't know, 5 layouts, and not just layouts, building other stuff, dioramas and that. And it's still down to about here, roughly. So yeah, I would suggest not buying PVA from model shops because it costs too much. Because it's in a model shop, they gotta put the prices up. So I got them from B&Q, which I'm sure you know in the UK, and I paid £10 for that one. I had paid 15 before now, but you can get them for 10 usually. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna leave you with. Well, let's bring the camera down. Obviously, it's charging now, so I can't move the camera that far away from the charger. Move brake bam. So there's Stoke Summit. The grass is new, by the way. I done that the other day. There's the B1. The wagons are weathered, the fish fans. Just using weathering powders by Umbro. I don't know, some of them need to be a bit more weathered. What you do is just push it on with a brush. Don't use water or anything. I just dab it on, and I used air spray to fix it, so it just stays down. I did use water in some bits, but I couldn't get it working that well. But they look really good. I want to add a few more to that train. Even the brake van at the end is weathered. There's the Quasty. Just give you a view. Ignore the mallard in the road. The only fault with this layout is it's not big enough, but that's the fault with every layout. When I do get the big shed sorted and when we move, I will be building my dream layout. It will be Eastern Region. It won't be Stoke Summit. The idea is it's not going to be built on a real location, but it will be set to the 50s and 60s, somewhere between, you know, London and Grantham. And it will probably be just main line like this. A few buildings, rail buildings like the signal box and that. No station. I might do a station, but only a stop for the, you know, like the local passenger trains and that. Here's a lot of stock. Now everything in here is, we got O gauge. These here are empty boxes for Cornell Street. Most of them are empty, but these top ones are not. They are full. There's quite a lot on now. We got teaks, GWR stock, more O gauge in there. That is a mixture of everything in that drawer. Everything in that drawer will eventually work its way to a layout. It's mainly coach rolling stock that I can't fit in with anything at the moment. And then, I mean, this is wagons. These have been emptied over the years. It's stock I don't use anymore. And then we have a few in there. A few more of these, I did mention them earlier. Oh, here's the fuel train tankers. These were all weathered up. There's about 15 in there. This drawer, collectibles in there, mainly rare stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can show you. There's not much more going on. So, Merry Christmas. Hope everyone has a great Christmas. If you are having any rolling stock train stuff, do let me know. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. As you can probably tell, my voice is going. But yeah, hope everyone has a great Christmas. Thanks for joining me this year for my videos and everything. Got plenty more coming. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I shall see you all soon. Bye for now.